All right, look out, Gal Gadot, because here comes Wonder Layla. All right, we made it. Episode 6, the finale of Moon Knight is here. I just watched it. This episode doesn't have a title. I guess the writer-director couldn't come up with a title. I wouldn't know what you would call this mess either. It's just a complete mess. This episode was everything some of us thought it would be. Big CG nonsense and Super Layla, or Wonder Layla. Let's get into this. All right, we have Ethan Hawke, Harrow, pulls Mark Spector from the pool of water in the pyramid. He's shot twice, and he takes the mini Amit. I don't have a mini Amit. I've got a mini Khonshu. Before we go further, mini Khonshu, what did you think about this episode? What did you think about this series? Yeah, you are right, sir. So as Harrow is doing that, Layla beats up another guy. I think it's in her contract. She has to beat up at least one guy. She's going to beat up a lot of dudes in this episode. She, Layla Croft is going to be busy. No one notices that she beats up the guy, by the way. Harrow, because he unleashes Amit, gets a much bigger stick, so it's a more powerful purple stick, and he uses this stick to possess these like guards along a highway. So there you go. Harrow then returns to the pyramid with all the avatar people of the gods, but he just doesn't walk in quietly this time. Now he decides to blow open the wall and walk in. And he releases then the big version, the big CG version of Amit, who is like a big crocodile lady. And it looks really bad and really ridiculous, to be honest. Layla Croft then frees Khonshu, Mini Khonshu, and Mini Khonshu offers to make Layla Moon Knight, and she's like, no. But Kevin Feige's like, yes, and she's like, no. So thank God it doesn't happen. She does not become Moon Knight. Oh my gosh. And then Khonshu then confronts the big crocodile god Amit, and then you have a big CG monster fight. Then we have a series of events that are really contrived. All right, we go back to Mark Spector. Remember, he's in this cornfield. He is in like this purgatory cornfield. I guess he's on his way to go to heaven because his hearts are balanced, or his one heart is balanced. I don't know. I can't keep up with this crap. He is with the hippopotamus lady, and Mark Spector wants to go back and save scared Steven, who fell off the boat, you remember, and then landed in the desert and then turned to stone. So Mark goes back. I don't know how he got back. I can't remember. He goes back, all the way back, and turns scared Steven from stone back to flesh. And they just so happen to be right in front of like a door that opens with a bright light. The gate back to our world, I guess, just happens to be right there. And to rush them along in their decision, a sandstorm just happens to be right there. Oh, we better go in the gate. And then hippopotamus lady flies by in her boat for reasons. So, they walk through the gate. All right, because they walked through the gate, I guess, then we have the corpse of Mark Spector back in the pyramid temple thing. I mean, he had 2 bullet holes in him, but now he wakes up and the bullets come out, just like he's a Highlander or Wolverine. This Mark Spector Moon Knight character is strong. Damn, he is OP. All right, so then the suit covers him. Kind of like Venom, just wraps around him. You guys know I hate that. It should be a real suit, kind of like my suit. My suit's a real suit. So the suit magically covers him, and then there's like a cut, and then he's in the desert, and he's talking to Khonshu, and they're trying to make a deal, and then he cuts to Mr. Knight, and they're getting sassy, and they're talking, and they're trying to make a deal. Like, let's just stop talking and save the world already. It's the dialogue is just awkward and stupid. And then Moon Knight flies like Superman, goes straight up towards the moon, and he's flying to stop Amit and back in Cairo, and he's flying like Superman. I didn't know Moon Knight could do that. Meanwhile, Layla Croft is running around this pyramid back in Cairo, and she agrees to be the avatar for the hippopotamus lady. So she gets like a Wonder Woman costume, like Egyptian, and she's got these gold wings that are bulletproof, just like Wonder Woman in the battle armor suit. She's got super strength. We're going to get into this super strength, and she becomes an Egyptian female superhero. It's not from the comics. It's not from anything as far as I know, but damn it, it's the MCU, and we're going to get one, right? Anything to upstage Moon Knight, the name on this series. All right, we'll get to all of that. Meanwhile, Mark Spector is flying like Superman to Cairo, full blast. Ethan Hawke Harrow is making beams in the sky for those who are predicting sky effects. And yeah, we got it. We have a giant CG crocodile giant in Cairo, and people are being beamed up to her in purple magic, and she's eating them. She's judging them. So the CG nonsense we all knew was coming. They got to save all their money for this last episode to throw as much computer-generated crap onto screen as possible. It is happening. All right, we've got big CG gods wrestling. We got Moon Knight and Ethan Hawke Harrow flying and fighting like Neo and Agent Smith in the third Matrix movie. Of course, Moon Knight loses, and just when he's in trouble, Wonder Layla shows up and saves him, right? Because she's the best ever. Then he turns into Mr. Knight, and finally we get a little bit of physical fighting. He's just basically doing gymnastics, but I gotta say, he has truncheons. I bet Kevin Apple, my friend, we are not going to see truncheons in this entire 6-hour series. I was wrong. Truncheons do show up. No cestices or cesti, but we definitely got our truncheons. Oh, that was a check mark. A requirement for a Moon Knight series. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, go read Moon Knight comics, please, because they're better than this crap. Okay. And then we have Moon Knight and Wonder Layla fighting together because we need Wonder Layla. It's so stupid. Oh, anyway. So Wonder Layla gets opportunities to be even more heroic than Moon Knight. This family is trapped in a van, and she can stop the van with her super strength and rip the door off the van and pull the people out to safety. She's the best Wonder Woman ever. All right, so next we get a bad attempt to try to build some kind of suspense in this series that's not suspenseful in the least bit. We get Harrow defeating Moon Knight again, and we get Khonshu getting beat in the background by the giant crocodile lady god getting beat, and then Harrow stabs Moon Knight, who's on the ground, in the chest with his big purple stick, and then Moon Knight blacks out. Mark Spector blacks out again like he did in the earlier episodes. And he wakes up, and Harrow's on the ground, and he's above Harrow. So Moon Knight won. We don't get to see any of that, but Moon Knight somehow won. And Moon Knight's, Mark Spector's like, it wasn't me. And Steven's like, it's not me. Who was it? Who was it? Could it be the third personality that anyone who's ever read the comic book knows there's a third personality? Probably. We're going to find out. Then Mark and Layla go back to the temple pyramid thing. They start chanting. We start seeing some stupid CG purple stuff going around, and Amit goes back into the body of Harrow, and we have Khonshu that's saying, Mark, now that Amit is in Harrow, you've got to kill Harrow now and end this, and Mark refuses to kill Harrow. All right, in this season, this episode ends pretty abruptly. We get back to Mark's apartment, but Mark is talking to Steven out loud. We get the same annoying song we got in the start of the series, and he wakes up in bed and he can talk out loud to scared Steven. And when he tries to get up and walk out of bed, he trips again because his leg is tied to the bed by a truncheon. So a truncheon shows up a second time. Then we get a post-credit scene that sort of wraps things up. So stick around for the post-credit scene. We have Ethan Hawke Harrow in a real mental institution this time, not a made-up purgatory one. And some guy dressed in black with black gloves. We don't get to see his face right away. But who doesn't know that that is Oscar Isaac? I mean, okay. So he's getting wheeled from the mental institution. I guess Ethan Hawke Harrow thinks he's getting away with everything. He gets wheeled into a limousine, and he thinks he's safe. But inside the big stretch limo is Khonshu and says, Mark's got more problems than he realizes. And then the driver, who was the guy dressed in black, turns around and, hey, it's Oscar Isaac. So it's Jake Lockley. And apparently Jake Lockley is really the sociopathic killer, or I don't know, the real mercenary. I guess Mark isn't a real mercenary. And Jake Lockley, because he's dressed in black, and that means he's bad, right? Shoots Ethan Hawke Harrow and I guess kills him. And that's the end of the show. All right, so can I recommend this series? No, I cannot, especially for Moon Knight fans. If you're a Moon Knight fan, no, stay away from it. If you don't know anything about Moon Knight, maybe you would like it. Maybe you go, oh, this is interesting. Oh, it's like 6 hours of Moon Knight. What did we get? I'll give you maybe 20 minutes of actual Moon Knight and 6 hours of the Moon Knight show. The big problem for me is the whole Mark Spector, scared Steven. He was never a character I could get behind. There's no moral compass here. I don't understand what he wants, what's his motivation. He's just a guy that trips getting out of bed and reluctantly summons a suit. So it's not enjoyable watching this character. And so they throw in Wonder Layla and Layla Croft to kind of get someone else who might be a little more sympathetic, but she's a completely made up character because Disney Plus shows always need a female that is very strong to sort of go with their male lead. They keep doing that. You don't see Captain Marvel getting a male lead to upstage her, but time after time, whether it's Loki or Hawkeye, I'm tired of this trend. It sucks. It absolutely sucks. We get another, hey, let's save the world plot with something in the sky. Aren't we over this? I mean, didn't Suicide Squad kill that trope? I guess not. Again, it disrespects the source material. The Mark Spector, none of the aliases are anything like the comic, and Moon Knight is apparently some Superman, Wolverine, Deadpool character that can do everything. So he's never in danger. There is no suspense. He's never in danger. Where in the comics, he is a man, a strong man, studied, worked out, became strong like Batman, and he's human, and he's vulnerable. So you take all the stakes away when you make him Superman, or he's stronger than Superman. Superman has kryptonite. Moon Knight has no kryptonite. I don't know. So so at the end, we just get a lot of, after 5 hours of watching boring episodes, we finally get our CG fireworks at the end that the normies are going to go, this is the best Disney Plus show until the next Disney Plus show. I came here to see Moon Knight, and I didn't see any Moon Knight. I saw Layla, Wonder Layla. That's exactly what I saw. I am very, very disappointed with this show. Super disappointed. But I came into this show invested in this character, and it was a big disappointment for me. I think the MCU is starting to feel like the Star Trek shows. The Star Trek shows appear to be written by people who know nothing about Star Trek, and I'm feeling that now in these MCU shows. And I hear Doctor Strange tomorrow is gonna fall victim to the same problem. Yeah. So I've been wearing this sweatshirt for 6 weeks now, and I haven't washed it. And let me tell you, this is ripe. I mean, this shirt stinks, but it doesn't stink half as bad as Disney Plus's Moon Knight.